Not a fan of this movie. By the time there was like 30 minutes left, I really just wanted it to be over. Sub-Zero's here. He gets killed by water because of some earlier line with Katana saying something about light. So he spins like this bucket over and over and over again in like this crazy circle. So he should, have spilled all the water, but of course there's still water in it. And then it turns into an icicle. And then it just goes through Sub-Zero's face and he's dead. Then Scorpion gets killed in this movie by Johnny Cage, which I thought was crazy. Then he returns in the one movie for like one scene and then just disappears in the sequel. Goro is here. He doesn't do too much. He kills this random dude named Art that they try and make a big deal of. He just shows up for like 2 seconds, talks to Johnny and says, "Hey, I don't think you're a fake, even though these newspapers say you're a fake." And then we don't see him ever again in the movie until his death scene. So yeah, I don't care about him. Kano is somewhat interesting, but they don't give him enough screen time to really shine. Then he gets killed by Sonya. A lot of the characters are really bland and boring in this. Raiden, I didn't care for at all. Reptile is like this horrible looking CGI monster. It just looks so bad. The special effects have not aged well. I guarantee they probably didn't look the best during that. Yeah, look at that. Goro looks great. He was an animatronic though. Yeah, Johnny Cage is pretty entertaining. I don't want to spoil the second movie until I do the review. So I'm not going to talk about anything that happens in the sequel. I'm just going to keep talking about this movie. Well, besides one thing, Raiden's actor returns on the second movie and he cuts his hair halfway through randomly, even though he was barely in the movie. Because clearly the actor just didn't want long hair anymore, and they just said, fuck it, this movie's a mess already, just do it. Katana barely did shit in this movie, but they make her pretty important, kind of important plot point in the second movie. There really isn't a lot of characters in this movie, but they throw a lot in the sequel. Though some of them are only references. Scorpion has this weird thing that comes out of his hand. And is alive. Like, that thing's alive. Johnny Cage avoids it and hits a tree and dies. And then in the sequel, he has not one but two of them that are alive. So, very weird. Reptile also gets killed. I don't remember who kills him. This movie's pretty boring. It's not even fun bad. Most people did think this movie was decent. And the sequel ruined the franchise, but I don't like this movie. And Raiden acts nothing like Raiden. He just kind of acts creepy. And he acts even worse in the second movie. We'll talk about that more in the second movie review. But yeah, there really isn't much to talk about. Shang Tsung was the only really good actor in this movie. He's the final fight of the movie, and he gets killed, and the movie ends with Shao Kahn being hinted at. And yeah, that's about it.